Hi, it's me again. This is Dan for Magic Gathering Strat. We just went 2-1 with this mediocre deck in Magic 2013 Draft. And for the first time, we will take up the practice from the Gatecrash drafts and actually evaluate. I have this 122-page document about M13 Draft, and I will now first look at the deck. This is a great curve for a deck. I think this is fairly optimal. Like mostly 2 drops, lots of 3 drops, a few 4 drops, a few 5 drops, and nothing above that. I love this curve. But the choice of colors, not that good. I did go to 2-0-2-0 at the end, but it's hard. It's like there are a few cards you just can't deal with. What about Elder Scale Worm? What about Gorgon? You just can't remove them, even if you have Prey Upons. But Pacifism just doesn't do anything. And welcome back to Magic Gathering Strat. Today we are playing in the background. But let's look at the cards here. Chronomaton, what a trooper! At least as good as a Centaur Courser. And he is probably better. He goes in every deck. You can just pick him and play him, and he might win the game all by himself. So yeah, he's just good. And play him a lot. I can first pick him. I'll second pick him. I love him. I got him, or was it 8th pick this game? Perfect card. I didn't get to play Kite Sail. I'm sorry about that actually, because I really would have liked to evaluate Kite Sail. I really don't like it, but I know that Limited Resources, they did like it eventually. But I think it is a pretty marginal card, like a 6th to an 8th pick. Probably good in green. Haven't tried it out yet. Even in 40 drafts I haven't really tried it out. Some people hate Farseek. I like the acceleration. I like the that you have something to sideboard out. Yeah, worse than Rampant Growth. 6th to 8th pick, even lower. Probably a 6th to 8th pick if you are splashing, and 10th to 12th pick if you are not. That's what I think about Farseek. And it actually will be bad that it can't find forests. Sometimes you just need to find forest and you can't do it. Oh, I really don't like Show of Valor. I wanted to have one combat trick, but I'll place it at the 7th to 9th pick, because Titanic Growth is a lot better. Pacifism, everybody says it's the first pick. I don't think so, but of course it's good. But there's a lot of ways of getting around Pacifism in this format. There actually are. So I'm not that sold on Pacifism. See, at least it's a card that's mentioned a lot in this document. Here's white, so let's find it the hard way. Pacifism removes any creature from combat consideration. Classic core set card. I don't remember who said that. Limited Resource first pick is all day. But I think it's weaker. Yes, and it's weaker also because of the Exalted mechanic. Roaring Primadox laughs at this. Unsummon helps against it. It's still a very high pick. And you saw me picking it highly, so I don't hate it. But I'm gonna take a murder all day before this, even if it's easier to splash. And you saw me even considering taking a Deadly Recluse over it, and that's probably wrong. But I do love my Deadly Recluses. I should probably have a better search mechanism than this. M13 black. That's not where they are at. Black, black. There we go. So, we're probably never playing that in constructors. We don't need that. Always gets his man. That's what he does. Green Doomblade. Its role as an attacker is extremely limited. Yeah, that's true. 4th to 6th pick. Yeah, I'd rather pick a Centaur Courser, and he's a 3rd to 5th pick. But I think this is a pretty high pick. And I'm happy to pick it 4th to 6th. Especially when you run into Vampire Night Orcs and stuff. Yes, I like it. Timber Pack. I've had 4 of them. That was really fun. 5th to 7th pick for a bear, and maybe higher when you get more of them. Having a bear is important in M13 draft. So yeah, let's pick it. Attended Night. Well, best white common in the set. Blade Splicer. Easily stopped. Here's me talking. Easily stopped on the ground. He fuels a lot of white cards and keeps the ground secure. Attending Night is exactly what I want to be doing on turn 3, besides from casting Vampire Night Orc. Yeah, he's probably worse than Centaur Courser. I should probably have taken Centaur Courser over him. Some synergy with Roaring Primanox in the hated GV archetype. That's not the kind of synergy you're looking for. But I think it's 4th to 6th pick. It's a definitely stronger card than Timberpack Wolf. Elvish Archdruid. There are a couple of elves in this set. So he will often give you 2 mana actually. Not in my deck because I can't draft. But he will... Elvish Visionary, Force Mage. Force Mage is an elf. I did have an elf. A Jeva Arbor Elf. I think it's a 4th to 6th pick. That's pretty good actually. Yeah, I think that's exactly what it is. So I like him. It was probably the most valuable card I drafted today, which is a shame. Guardians of Akrasia. They don't attack. They don't kill blockers. They don't kill attackers when they block. They do help with Exalted. It's a pretty vanilla creature. In a random deck, I think it's a 5th to 7th pick. And it will be higher in Exalted decks. Of course it does exactly what you want to. It stops the green guys on the ground. But my problem was not green guys on the ground, but rather other guys elsewhere. So let's look here for the Beast Tracker. I was actually playing this time, and I was playing him because I had Acidic Slime, and I had the 4 Deadly Recluses. 8 to 10 pick. Yeah, I say that's what he is. If he had some card advantage, but he's just a super bad 2/1 that has some influence over the next draw, but he doesn't net you a card in any way. And this time he really helped out, but he needs a very specific deck, and this might have been that deck. Because today goes to the Beast Tracker, but I won't upgrade him. Jeva's Force Mage. I'll take Timberpack Wolf over Jeva's Force Mage any day. And yeah, if you can't get the 2/2 effect to work, if it's the first creature you play, he looks really stupid. He is usable with Roaring Primanox and actually curves quite nicely with it. So I think he's still a 6th to 8th pick. And I'll stand by that. It's a shame Leagues won't be back until this format rotates out. J&D Tome. So slow, so really slow. And people just hate it, but I still think it's there. Against controlish decks. Sideboard to grind out. Yes, that's what it is. And that makes it an 8th to 10th pick. So why did I have 2 of them? Oh, how did this happen? I think people underrate it actually. It will win games that are long. But you need to know that you're playing against a deck that attempts to go for the long game. If you're playing against red-black, if you're playing against red-green, you will just look like an idiot with your J.M. Dave's Tome. Captain's Call without any synergy is a bad thing. Where are you, Captain's Call? There you are. So, Captain's Call. Yeah. Most of the comments, if the comments doesn't say me here, it's not me that have written them. It's somebody else. And in the beginning of the document I have an explanation of who has written them. Solid. Me. Better in the right archetype. That is not the archetype you want. You don't want a white-red aggro deck. Better with Crusader of Odric. That's what you want. You want the Crusader of Odric. And the Griffin. So I'd say a 7th to 9th pick. Higher if you already have Crusader or Griffin. That's what I'm saying about this card. And I think I'm fairly confident saying that. Primal Hunt Beast. I didn't like 3-3-4-4 when I started out playing this format, but he is just fantastic. And he's especially fantastic if you can put some Mark of the Vampires on him. He didn't do very much today. Today he was just a 3-3 Hill Giant. But that's not really bad either. I didn't have anything to put on him. If I have the green ring, he gets better. But I still think he is probably a 5th to 7th pick. He's a 4th to 6th pick. And he's definitely higher if you have anything. Higher if you have Mark of the Vampire or the green ring. And one time I had 3 Hunt Beasts and 2 Mark of the Vampires. That was a very easy draft to win. And it's in the article. It's in this document. The deck Primadox. People think that when he fails to work, he's just so bad that they underrate him. I think he's underrated. You gotta build around it. Goes to first pick if you have a Thragtusk, but it goes to first pick a lot of times. Also Jevas, Force Mage, Tended Knight, even the Beast Tracker. And the acidic slime crushing thing I did get going. I'm upgrading him. He is a 35th pick. It's easy to build around him. And at the very least you will play him and block with him. Good with Pack Leader. There are just so many synergies. On a video this very date, upgraded him from 4th to 6th pick. I don't think you should pick him higher unless you have. Higher if you already have the synergy cards. 2 or more. And then it definitely goes up. Like if I had 2 acidic slimes, I'm picking him high. If I have 2 visionaries, I'm picking him high. He will just run away with the game. So here are my 5 picks. Acidic slime. I think I have it as a 2nd pick. I'm fairly confident I have him as the 2nd to 4th pick. But he's also just doing stuff. Isn't this a first pick? It's always a 2 for 1. But sometimes that 2 for 1 is a stupid land. So what do you think? Is Acidic Slime the first pick? Let me know. Anyway, I'm gonna be picking them high. It's just such a great card. Sarah Angel. She did perform today. She often doesn't. She is often just riding on my nostalgic love for her, but she still rocks. Yes, probably. Yes, she rocks. We love her. War Falcon didn't do well today. I'm not gonna talk about any of the sideboard cards. First picking the Volcanic Geyser. Do I regret it? No, there wasn't any particular interesting card in that first pack. So I'll first pick Volcanic Geyser all day. Them not playing my first pick is not something I'm crying about. Happens some of the time. Thank you for watching. This is Dan from Magic Gathering Strat, and I have been evaluating my M13 draft.